So folks, Judas and the Black Messiah dropped yesterday for me, on HBO Max. So let's talk about it. So Judas and the Black Messiah has kind of been getting, some media coverage as of late because it went to Sundance, and it's just a general Oscar contender, awards contender, and let's dive into my thoughts. So the first thing that I wanted to mention is, and I want to really nail this down, guys, is that the direction is absolutely hypnotizing. You are hooked. There are so many techniques they use, whether it be a one shot, whether it be just dynamic camera movements. It's incredible. There's no other word to describe it besides hypnotized. They're pretty much throughout the film, your eyes are glued to the screen because of the hypnotizing direction. It's an incredible job done from Shaka King. Really well done. And the direction is a massive part of why this movie works. So the film is very dialogue heavy. Not inherently a problem, but it does become a problem when my main problem with the film is that there are a lot of scenes, specifically in the first half, that are slow, drawn out, long, and very dialogue heavy, and you just get bogged down in it all, right? It's only a few scenes. It doesn't, super negatively impact the film, but it does sort of bother me, and just the pacing is, it can be slow, right? That's all I'm saying. My favorite thing that in this movie that I noticed, that you will absolutely notice too if you watch it, is that there are numerous incredibly tense scenes. Everything is working when those scenes happen, and they happen frequently. The tension is insane. I don't know if I've ever seen a movie with this much tension just constantly. Like every other scene is a moment of just pure tension, and you're like on the edge of your seat waiting to see how it'll play out. You might have a prediction in mind, but just so many different, and it's incredible. It's so well done. Just thinking about it right now, I just want to go back and watch each one because it's really, really well done. The tension is excellent, a masterclass. Something that you will notice too, because it's emphasized in many moments, is the excellent score. You have a bit of a sometimes they really up the volume of the jazzy score in between the saxophone in between different scenes when they want you to really pay attention again. Sometimes the closing credits are just a really the tension. It contributes to the tension again. Score's great. That's all I'm saying. Score's great. So the film is really powerful and evocative, obviously, because it's about Fred Hampton, the Black Panther Party, and they don't mess around with that. It's a really there's scenes that are just again related to the tension, but evocative imagery, powerful moments, powerful set dialogue. There's some I don't know about monologues, but conversations in which there's just some really the themes are just super present, and they get you thinking while you're watching the movie. You're like, damn, it was like this. Are you kidding me? It was just some despicable people in a despicable time, and it's obvious. With the BLM protest last year, painfully relevant to today. It has a lot to say. The film has a lot to say. So something I want to say is that the performances are really, really solid. I do have to say that I felt like they were overhyped a little bit. Like people were praising Kaluuya, like he's amazing, but they were praising him like maybe it was the best performance of all time. Maybe that's just my fault, expectations, but he's looking like a lock for definitely for a nomination, possibly for a win for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. And no complaints from me. A really, really great performance. I'd have to look at the other people who are probably in that category just to see if it was my favorite of that. And again, I'll probably do a video about the Oscars and all that later down the line. But someone that has been kind of getting overshadowed by Kaluuya is Lakeith Stanfield, who, is probably he's the main character in this film. He's Judas, the Judas. And it's so like subtle at times, and just lip quiverings and, just tears and like general, shaky movements because he's nervous. It's very well done. It's very well done. And then Jesse Plemons as well is one of my favorite actors. So it's nice to see him in this as, sort of the opposite perspective. And then so if you know anything, if you're going into the movie, if you know about the history, what happens. So because it's based on true events, and just the build up as you get to know the characters more and more, and what Judas is going to have to do and what's going to happen to Fred, it gets more and more brutal the more you watch. So that's basically my thoughts. I just want to reiterate, it's a powerful, powerful movie. It's impossible to watch this film and not just feel, floored by everything it's trying to tell you, everything it's trying to convey to you. The direction cannot be understated, as I said, so it is a really excellent, excellent film. An A, an easy A, because it's a very, a lot of talented people made this film, and it's just, watching it, it's very easy to recognize that. I am going to put it below One Night in Miami, just because that is a film with a lot of my favorite historical figures, and that film is just a lot more fun in general. The conversation bouncing off of each other. That's a film I'll probably return to more, but Judas, it hit me more, a lot more than most films I'll ever see, and a great film. I would recommend it. Man, powerful, right? Can't say it enough. Anyway, that's my review of Judas and the Black Messiah. I do film reviews constantly on this channel. Just subscribe, hit the bell if you want to see more of these. Next week, I have Nomadland. I'm doing a review of Nomadland, which, if you know the Oscar race, it is the Oscar frontrunner right now, far and away, by the way. It's been crushing all the awards before the Oscars. So, should be a film that hopefully I enjoy. And I Care a Lot, a Netflix film next week, if that's something you're interested in. It should also, hopefully be a good. Reviewing both of those next week. WandaVision every week, if that's something you're interested in. And I will see you in the next video you choose to watch. Bye-bye.